Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Solano College Sports Network. We have a good one on tap for you tonight as the Falcons are taking on the Sac City Panthers. I'm Robert Murray. I'll be doing play-by-play duties for you here tonight. Joining alongside me doing color commentary, we have Holden Beers and Dukes. Dukes, I'm going to start with you. What can you tell us about this Panthers team here tonight?
I'm just going to let you guys know we're in for a lot of threes and a lot of buckets from Najee Bynum Bay. He's number 23 for the Panthers, and he's leading the state in scoring.
Well, thank you for that, Dukes. And now Holden, Solano, they're still looking for their first win on the year. What can they do to get that win tonight?
Yeah, it's certainly been a struggle for them on the defensive end in their first two games, losing both games to De Anza and Ohlone, the Ohlone game being at home for their home opener. And it's really just been not only the half-court defense, but the transition defense. They've been kind of struggling to get back on defense after a miss, and they are forcing a lot of turnovers, but a player I want to highlight is Dominic Dennis. He had 23 points in their last game against Ohlone, and the offense has looked pretty decent. They're averaging 86 points per game, which is top 15 in the state, but they're allowing 106 points per game against their opponents, so the defense is certainly going to have to step up tonight and look for them to be more physical for sure.
Yeah, we could see a lot more physicality as Solano wants to try and stay in these games. And like Dukes mentioned earlier, a big three-point shooting team here for the Sac City Panthers. And Solano's going to want to try and stop that if they're going to want to compete tonight.
Yeah, Najee Bynum Bay, like Duke said, leading the state in scoring. He's at 27.5 points per game. He had 33 points in their first win of the season. And he shot, I think, 12 for 19 from the field in that game. So he's certainly an efficient scorer, he's shooting 59% from the field, nearly 60%, 50% from three. But I would like to note out before they tip off here, Solano was given a technical foul because in the pregame layup lines, I don't know which player it was, but a player dunked the ball instead of doing a layup twice. So the refs gave them a technical foul, so now Sac City's going to get a free throw, I think, to start the game.
Yeah, Sac City, they're going to, as our PA announcer Blake over there is announcing the technical foul right now, it is going to be Sac City shooting a free throw. It's Xander Irvin Romero taking the shot attempt. And we'll see if we have a score before time is even off the clock here tonight.
Yeah, what an unconventional way to start a game.
And as most would say, ball don't lie, so the score is 1-0 before time is even off the clock here tonight.
And Sac City's going to get first possession. There's going to be no tip-off.
Absolutely, so advantage for the Panthers here to start it off.
I will say this is the first game I am attending for Solano this season. They already look much larger in the physical department.
Yeah, last game, Mason Flores and we were talking about that coming in. Solano just looking like a taller, larger lineup, and it is going to be a tip-off between Morris. He'll win the tip. As it's Encianis giving it up. Encianis going to work one-on-one, driving to the lane, dumps it off to Dennis. Dennis can't corral it. Panthers are out and running, slowing down the pace now. Shot attempt is up, and it is good.
Yeah, coming to this game, we knew they're going to shoot a lot of threes. They're top 10 in three-point scoring in the state, and right there, first possession, they shoot a wide-open three and hit it.
Jaden Bonds connecting on that three-point attempt. Ignacio on the wing, back up top to NCS. Morris on the left side wing, giving it in to Shaw. Shaw going to work in the post, putting it up and through.
Oh, yeah, you see the side difference there. You see the side difference.
Yeah, this is rare for Solano to have a size advantage. Over the last 2 years, you never see that in their games. Today, they've got a significant advantage.
Absolutely. Another three-point attempt, and like you were saying earlier,
another three up, another three down.
Great three-point shooting team in the Panthers. Dennis giving it up to Shaw again. Shaw has it stripped away. Panthers out and running. And it goes out of bounds. Will be Solano ball. Bonds couldn't give it to his teammate Irvin.
That was a great double by Bonds on the defensive end for Sac City to double Shaw in the post.
Oh yeah, good pass.
Ignacio fakes a shot attempt, gives it up to Shaw, lays it up and in.
I like that play from Ignacio. I want to see him get going. He's really struggled to start the season these first 2 games. Fouled out in the first game and did not shoot well in the second game. So I want to see him get going early.
And the Solano bench is loud early on as the shot attempt by Bonds is up and no good. Shaw with the board. Gives it to NCS, passing it up to Dennis. It's the same starting 5 for Solano we've seen all year. Morris putting it up, fouled. Headed to the line for 2.
And Houston, them attack the block a lot this game early on. They think they know that they're bigger than them.
Yeah, they're using Morris and Shaw a lot to post up right at the bottom of the key. Use their size advantage for sure.
And Morris, in his last game, he went 9 of 11 on free throw attempts.
First one good and good.
And Morris led the team in scoring as won their first matchup against Dianza with 18. He's been a solid player so far in these first 2 games for Solano. Reason why he's in the starting lineup.
Absolutely.
Second one up and good. Morris up 2 points.
And it's Bonds bringing the ball up. Giving it up to Irving Romero. Romero gives it up to number 22, Banks. Banks playing the 2-man game with Bonds right now. Bonds at the nail. Butter.
Yeah, that was a beautiful screen.
Jaden Bonds has been aggressive early on.
Yeah,
keeping them in the game.
Encinitas couldn't even get around that screen on the perimeter, giving him a wide open mid-range shot.
Ignacio gives it up to Encinitas, giving it up to Morris, and we're going to have an illegal screen going the other way.
Yeah, that's a good call. He didn't even set his feet, and I don't think Encinitas has a lot of experience as a point guard setting screens, so certainly not something you want to see out of your offense on that possession.
More so the ball handler, he don't have a lot of time going off of the ball screen.
Bonds going to work, trapped at the bottom, gives it up. Shot attempt by Irving Romero is good. Score is 12-6, 17-20 to play in the first half. Dennis going to work down the lane, puts it up and in.
I like
nice
the
finish in the lane.
Aggressiveness from Dennis right there to take some urgency and get into the paint with his speed.
Ignacio gets screened. Bonds gives it up to the corner. Three-point shot attempt is up and
another
it is
three by
good.
Drew McClendon. Yeah, that's definitely a lot of 3 points up and a lot of 3-pointers in.
And Solano's going to take an early timeout here.
Yeah, that's, I think, 3 early threes for Sac City. And we talked about it. They're a really good three-point shooting team. I mean, they're 8th overall in the state in three-pointers made. They shoot, they're 4th in field goal attempts per game, or with 72. Sorry, that's Solano. But the one thing that I think Solano has to do is they got to play more physical defense on the half court, especially on the perimeter, force Sac City to miss a lot because they're a smaller team. You can out-rebound them, not just on the defensive boards, but the offensive board as well. So I think Solano getting into the paint early, I like that game plan for the Falcons.
Definitely, because the Panthers, they're eliminating the size difference by getting those 3 points up, so they definitely have to rebound them and win that battle.
You got to limit the turnovers as well if you're Solano.
Absolutely. Dennis going to work. Trapped right now, using that pivot, gives it up to Shaw. Shaw baseline, gives it up to the top for Ignacio for 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound goes to Bynum Bay. Bynum Bay bringing it up the court. Has 3 men on him, gives it up to Irving Romero. Bonds, pump fakes, drives to the lane, puts it up, no good, off glass. Nico Ignacio bringing the ball up for the Falcons, gives it up to Shaw. Shaw puts it up and through.
That finish by Mr. Time.
Yeah, that was beautiful transition offense after forcing a miss on a great defense from Trevor Morris in the paint. Ignacio finds Shaw down court.
Panthers putting their offense to work, and it's another 3-point attempt that's no good. Rebound goes to Shaw, and Cianis giving it up to Ignacio.
Once again, they're looking for the post over Morris.
Shaw has the ball at the top of the key, gives it back to Ignacio. Morris in the post, going to work, puts the layup up, and it is good. Score is 15-12, 15:45 to play.
That was a quick move by Morris there on the block. Very decisive, very strong finish.
Yeah, it's going to be huge for Solano to force misses and get into that half-court offense and use that size advantage.
Bynum Bay going to work, makes Dennis get off of him, but the shot attempt is no good. Bynum Bay put Dennis on skates right there.
Well, imagine him being the leading scorer in the state, and that's his first shot attempt in the game, and they're up 3. We're 5 minutes into the game already.
They may be up, but I think they do want to see him get going a little more.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Him being their leading scorer by over 10 points a game.
McClendon checks out of the game. Encinias going to work. Morris driving into the lane, kicks it out to Ignacio for 3. Off for an iron, no good. Rebound goes back to Morris. We do have a foul committed though.
Yeah, offensive rebound right there. I think that's going to be a key for Solano. It's never really been something that we look for with the Solano team is getting rebounds on the offensive end. But right there, Morris does a good job getting the rebound off the Ignacio miss. I think they got to continue that throughout this game to take it.
Carter Miles is going to check in for Tom Shaw. Smaller lineup here for Solano. Ignacio driving into the lane, puts the shot attempt up, and it is no good. Panthers out and running right now. Bond gives it up to Bynum Bay. Bynum Bay puts it up, no good. Followed through, no good. Fighting for the basketball. Dennis picks it up. Encianis gives it up to Ignacio on the right wing. Ignacio putting the layup up. It's blocked. Dennis has his shot. Looked to be swatted a second time, but it's going to be a foul called, and Bond's frustrated with that one.
Yeah, Bynum Bay, after that tough play in the paint on the offensive end, he was really slow to get up and get back on defense. It was a 4-on-5 for Solano. Something we're going to have to look out for if you're Sac City.
Dennis at the line for 2.
Yeah, Dominic Dennis in his last game, 9 of 11 on free throw attempts, 23 points for this Solano team. He was the leading scorer for that team that night versus Aloni. Coming in for Ignacio is Valenzuela.
Valenzuela, I think he might be the key to this game because he shoots a lot of three-pointers, and he's a good three-point shooter. 12 of his 14 shots so far this season are three-pointers. He's made 50% of them. I think Solano's going to want to get it going from the perimeter.
Panthers offense going to work, but foul committed by Valenzuela.
I mean, you just can't use your front arm that much. You shove it at the hips way too much.
It'll be a side out of bounds, Panthers ball.
Jaden Gonzalez inbounding the ball, gives it to Bond. Banks trying to set the screen, but Bond loses the handle of the ball. Shaw doesn't see it. He had the lead pass up in front. Dennis a little frustrated on that. Irving Romero gives it up to Banks. Banks going to work, puts the reverse layup up and through.
That was a nice move by Devin Banks. And up another off the baseline.
Yeah, nice job to slow down his footsteps to really get his momentum slowed down and focused on making the layup. Yeah, Sac City's looking good so far, but Solano's done a great job of fighting back ever since their last time out.
I was just going to ask, what have you been seeing from Solano that you like so far, Holden?
I think they've been really physical in the half court, but they got to do a better job, be more reactive, especially when a play is being run off ball. Off ball, they've kind of been a little lackluster, allowing a lot of three-point shot attempts to go up, open shots. Offensively, though, I like what they're doing, getting into the paint and trying to use that size advantage that they have to make those easy layups in the key. But Ignacio, once again, struggling. He's missed his first 3 shots. 2 of them were threes. And he's shooting 28% from the field this season, 20% from 3. You really need to get him going if you're Solano. He's one of your key returning players when you don't have a lot of guys that are coming from the team from last year.
Absolutely. Rillo working at the top of the key right now. Gives it up to Miles. Miles fakes right, goes left, puts it in the lane. Weird pass going on from the lane, but Dennis picks it up. Back to Miles. Miles spin going into the lane, has it knocked out of his hands, and we are headed the other way. Or excuse me, still down at this end.
I think the biggest difference so far for me is how they're attacking the paint. You know what I mean? The guards on Solano, they're not really attacking with any kind of purpose.
3 on the shot clock. Rillo gives it up to Shaw. No one knowing how much time was left. Shaw just throws it up, goes in, but doesn't count.
Yeah, Rillo had a shot in the corner right there. He just got to shoot it. You got to know there's 5 seconds on the shot clock. You're not going to get a better shot than that in 5 seconds, especially in a tight space like that. Got to shoot it if you're Rillo.
Watch how this guy comes off the screen. He's attacking. You see he's getting to his spot. He's been decisive in his movements.
Yeah, absolutely. Bonds working off his spot, people would like to call it, but offensive possession was no good for the Panthers. Miles going to work now, driving into the lane, has it knocked out of his hands once again, staying down on the Falcons' end. Morris is going to check in for Shaw.
I like the rotation so far that head coach Diego Reyes is doing for Solano right now. We kind of didn't like the rotations last season for Solano, but right now they're looking pretty good and staying consistent with their lineups.
Morris working in the post, has a shot attempt blocked by Bynum Bay. Panthers are out and running. Putting the shot attempt up, and it is no good. Was number 22 Banks, but it was shortly followed in
By Jaden Gonzalez.
Morris working in the post once again, kicks it back out to Dennis. Dennis has nowhere to go with the ball.
Yeah.
Miles gives it back up to Morris. Morris working down in that post on the block right now. We have a foul. We're staying right here.
Yeah, Sac City's gone into this zone defense now that they've seen that Solano's been attacking the post more, and it's working well. I think Solano's got to switch it up now. Try to run a little 5-out play to the perimeter a little more. Just hope your shots can get your shots to fall.
Alon Madrano checking into the game for the Falcons. We have number 30, Ahmed Tacha, checking in for the Panthers. Late substitution, Drew McClendon checking back in. He'll check in for Bynum Bay. Rillo with the inbound. Gives it up to Morris, working down on that block on the left side. Pushing his way in, Morris faking his shot attempt, looking to give it up. Now fades away, spins, shot is no good. Rebound Panthers. Bond bringing up the ball. Bonds puts it all the way up, and it is no good. And it's gonna go Falcons ball.
Yeah, Bonds may have missed that layup right there, but you see how fast he came down the court in transition after the miss from Morris. That's what Sac City wants to do. They want to get in transition and get an open shot while Solano isn't ready for him.
Absolutely, and you could just see Gonzalez getting a lot of offensive boards for the Panthers as well. Solano's going to have to watch out for that later in this game. Rillo gives it up to Valenzuela. His three-pointer shot is no good.
Just more intensity from Sac City side, man. That's more all I'm seeing, man. It's more intensity on that side.
Absolutely. Score is 19, 14, 12 exactly to play here in the first half.
And the state's leading scorer hasn't even got going yet.
Absolutely. Bonds bringing the ball up against Rillo. Pushes his shoulder into Rillo as we have Gonzalez going to work. Puts a shot attempt up, but he is fouled, but he's grabbing at his knee right now.
That's 2 early fouls on Venezuela. I think they're gonna put an Ignacio in for him right now. And that's been a problem for Solano these first 2 games. Is you've had multiple players that get in foul trouble early on in the game and in the second half as well.
This gymnasium just goes real quiet. Gonzalez's first shot attempt is up and no good. Ignacio will check in for Valenzuela. And Dukes, you were saying you've been seeing more intensity from this Panthers team. What exactly do you mean by that?
Well, just on their attacking to the rim, I mean, it just seems like they have more of a purpose to their drives than Solano. It's more lackadaisical. That's pretty much what I mean by that, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, as we have Rillo bringing up the ball, giving it up to Dennis. Dennis driving into the lane, putting the shot attempt up, no good. Rebound goes to Bonds. Bonds giving it up to Gonzalez. Alley-oop attempt, no good. Nico Ignacio with the board. Pushing the pace now is the Falcons. Dennis gives it up to Morris. Morris has to kick it back, but...
This is what I mean. The 2 differences between those 2 different possessions. Solano passed the ball before somebody stopped him. The other kid didn't. You get what I mean?
Yeah, Dennis had an open lane,
exactly.
I think, right there.
He didn't make them stop the ball.
And instead, he looked for Morris, who seemed like he had a defender closer to him than Dennis did.
Yeah, Morris just got the ball late down in the lane, and he stepped out of bounds, leading to the possession being in
You see how he turned the corner straight to the rim.
And we have a
Good
block
block,
attempt
Morris.
by Morris. He said, get that one out of here.
That was a nice defensive play by Morris. I think that's an aspect that Solano, we keep talking about, that's an aspect Solano's missed over the last couple of seasons, especially last season. You don't get a lot of guys that are blocking shots. So far, we got multiple blocks so far from Solano. Morris did a great job in the paint.
Irving Romero's gonna check in for Bonds after he got his shot swatted out of bounds. 11-11 is the time remaining here in the first half, almost halfway through it. And Holden Beer said he was expecting a high-scoring game, and when we were talking before it.
Yeah, I mean, Sac City, they got to those 3 early three-point shots and hit them all. Ever since then, they really haven't gotten many more open threes. It's been more driving to the lane, finding layups. I think they've used that three-point threat to get to the paint more.
As the ball's going to be going the other way, looks like we have an offensive foul called on Wesley. We have number 23, Edwards, giving it up to number 21, Medrano. Gives it up to Morris in the post, but loses the handle out of bounds. Looks like number 30, Ahmed Tatacha, got his hand in there.
Let's see if Solano get a drive going north to south this possession.
Ignacio has the ball hit out of his hands, and it's going to be going the other way. Nico Ignacio looking for a foul call. Not going to get it.
Yeah, the baseline ref wasn't even looking at the ball. He was looking at the other side of the court, and the ref on the sideline didn't really have an angle to see if it was a foul, so he just had to call it out of bounds. But I think that was clearly a foul on Sac City.
As it's Wesley who brought up the ball, gives it up to Banks. Banks gives it up back to Wesley. Wesley going up and in, puts it through. Finally have a score change, 21-14, 10:40 to go in the first half. Edwards gives it up.
You see how all these passes are going left to right?
Rillo for 3, no good.
That whole possession went left and right.
Yeah, they're struggling right now from 3. They haven't hit a 3 yet. Only shot a couple of them. But they're shooting 28% from 3 in their first 2 games. So it's certainly not an aspect where you're...
Nico Ignacio a little aggressive on that pull-up. Shot attempt is no good by Banks.
Like I was saying, shouldn't be super aggressive with the three-point line when they've been struggling early on. But if you've got the shot, you can take it. Right there, Rillo wasn't really that open, and he took the shot.
And if you're the Falcons right now, you might want to slow down your pace. Every time you try to go quick, you lose the ball out of bounds on that baseline.
Yeah, Solano got to play its own game and stop trying to play the other team's game.
Absolutely great words right there from Dukes. Play your own game if you're the Falcons. Ignacio aggressive here on Banks. Banks able to corral it, gives it to Wesley. McClendon has the ball, gives it back to Wesley. We're just playing back and forth right now. Irving Romero back to McClendon. Irving Romero driving to the paint. Finally, floater is up, no good. Rebound, Rillo.
Yeah, Sac City just didn't seem like they had a play right there. That where they were running, they were just swinging the ball around.
And Cineas with the board gives it up to Ignacio. His 3-point shot attempt hits back iron once again. Wesley kicking it out to Banks. Banks back into McClendon. McClendon has his shot blocked by Morris.
Great block by Morris.
Ignacio has a lane up ahead. Euro step puts it up and in.
Great finish by Nico in traffic there.
McClendon gives it to Banks. Banks to Wesley on that right wing. Wesley waves his man off. Game is straightened out from Banks. Gives it up to Banks. Good roll from him right there. Puts the layup up. No good. Rebound. Banks has his shot tipped by Morris. Banks just working hard for these offensive rebounds right now. Puts another shot up, and it's no good, but he's headed to the line for 2.
Yeah, he did his best Ken for an impression right there. About 3 offensive rebounds in a row.
Yeah, Coach Reyes doesn't really like that foul call. He's saying Morris had his hands up, straight up.
Yeah, Coach Reyes probably wanted verticality, but Banks was going to make me lose my breath there on that possession with the amount of offensive rebounds he was corralling.
Yeah, and in the first 2 games of the season so far for Sac City, they've been out-rebounded, but they've done a great job despite having the size disadvantage, getting those offensive boards and not allowing offensive boards on the other side.
First free throw attempt is good for Banks.
Substitutions for Solano checking in. Number 1, Dominic Dennis.
And I'm still waiting on the bucket from the state's leading scorer.
Yeah, he subbed out
Oh, no,
at
right?
about the 13-minute mark, and he hasn't subbed back in, or 14-minute mark, and he hasn't subbed back in since.
So this says a lot about his team being able to hold the fort down without him having much of an impact on the offensive end.
Banks' free throw shot attempts are up and good. Rillo gives the ball up to Dennis. Dennis going to work in the post, backing down Banks.
There you go.
Dennis, fadeaway shot, puts it up, no good, tip out. Goes to Irving Romero. Irving Romero puts the shot up and good.
Great finish in the transition bucket.
A great way to
Mr.
use the
Romero.
physicality as a small guard in the paint against another small guard.
Edwards gives it up to Dennis. Dennis giving it to Encinias. Encinias going to work. Gives it up to Rillo. Rillo driving in, kicking it about. Encinias deep three-point shot is good. Score is 25-19, 7:55 to play.
It's a huge three from Encinias. That cuts the lead to 6 instead of 9. Gives us all some
Nobody stopped
momentum.
the ball.
Banks with a good find to McLendon underneath.
It's too easy for them, man. That's too easy. They got to stop the ball sooner than that.
Edwards to the corner for Encinias. Encinias puts his three-point shot attempt up, no good. Fighting for the rebound was Rillo, but it ends up in the hands of Tachada. And Tachada commits the foul after Encinias stole the ball away from Bonds.
Yeah, I think that's another one of the main problems that Solano has. Is if they score,
Teams are making substitutions. Checking in for Solano.
the other team gets back on offense fast, and they don't play good defense after a good bucket. So like right
Chuck
there,
the ball.
they got the three-point shot from Encinias, and then they allow an easy layup on the other end because they're playing lackluster defense. You got to stay consistent if you're Solano on both ends of the floor.
Absolutely. Shot clock at 20. Encinias gets the inbound back in from Miles. Down low to Dennis. Dennis puts the shot up. No good. Rebound ends up in the Falcons' hands. Encinias for three. No good. Miles somehow corrals the rebound, puts it back up and in. Scores 27-21.
Right there, using the offensive glass to get second chance points. You had multiple chances right there and finally got to go with Miles.
Into the corner for Irving Romero. Irving Romero pump fake on Miles. Miles playing great defense. Bonds back out on the wing. Spin move into the lane. Bonds putting the shot up. No good. Rebound back into Bonds' hand. Pushes off of Miles. Miles goes down. No one has it. Still fighting for all this rebounds. Ends up in the hands of Irving Romero. Irving Romero wide open for three. Back iron. Dennis with the long rebound.
Gotta take advantage right here if you're Solano. It's actually slow to get back.
Miles with the mid-range shot attempt. It hits nothing but air.
It's starting to get sloppy. Somebody's point
Gonzalez
guard got to
gives
bring
it
it
up
back
to
in.
Bonds, and Bonds is fouled hard by Encianas.
Yeah,
Excuse me, Encinias checking to see if Bonds is okay.
Yeah, that was some sloppy play on both ends from both teams. Couldn't even get an offensive rebound. A bunch of tips up in the air after a miss from both Solano and Sac City. Finally, Solano gets the rebound off the three-point shot attempt.
As a mid-range shot attempt by Bonds is no good. Rebound goes to Edwards. Edwards behind the back, showing a little flash on bringing the ball up the court. Edwards has a open shot for three. Hits it.
Hey,
Score is 27-24. 6
Edwards
minutes to play.
showing you that flash. Behind the back to bring the ball up and then takes the ball back himself, finds the open three,
Maybe
pulls
it's-
up and hits it.
Maybe it's the flare the Falcons need. McLendon for three. No good. Rebounds Edwards. Seems to be the man in charge right now. Edwards has the ball, and he just loses it as he slips, hits the floor. Bonds 2-on-1 with McLendon.
Yeah, I mean,
easy work for
You
the
had
Panthers.
3-on-1 right there for Sac City. You just didn't have guys getting back in transition. And that's one of the things that Coach Reyes was talking about after the game against Ohlone. You don't have guys getting back in transition, and Dominic Dennis said it as well. So I think that's really something that Solano's got to work on in these first few weeks of the season. Again, it's only game 3 of 28, I believe. So these are the games where you're finding your identity and work on the things that you're not good at. And transition defense is certainly something that Solano's got to work on.
Well, score is 29-24, 5:37 here to play in the first half, and Solano's competing more and more this year compared to last season.
Yeah, I think their intensity especially has been a lot higher, especially with young coach Diego Reyes. I think he brings that energy and intensity to the huddle and on the sideline as well for the players on the bench that are looking to get subbed in, gets the bench going. But Sac City's matching that right now and showing even more at times without Bynum Bay getting significant minutes. He's been out of the game for, I think, nearly 10 minutes of this game, and he's their leading scorer in the entire state to start this season.
Yeah, and it's weird, Bynum Bay coming off the bench in this game to start it.
Yeah, and ever since he went down with that injury, or went down after a layup and was slow to get up, he went out of the game 2 minutes after that and hasn't come back since. So it might be that he's dealing with an injury and he's managing it right now.
Absolutely. Dennis driving into the lane, puts the shot up. He is fouled, headed to the line for 2.
I think Solano, they do a really good job at controlling the pace of the game by drawing fouls, slowing the game down to their pace rather than what they're not good at, which is being in transition offensively and defensively. They turn the ball over multiple times in transition on offense, and defensively they don't get back as much. So slowing the game down and playing that half court is really what Solano wants, and they did a great job of it right there.
Absolutely.
Coming out of the timeout.
Panthers have 7 fouls committed this half. The Falcons have 5. Score is 29-25. Panthers lead. Second free throw attempt is up, and it is back iron for Dennis, but Miles gets the rebound, kicks it out to Morris. Morris gets fouled.
It's a scary play there,
They called
Happy to see
We're
everybody
going to
get
have
up
an
quickly.
offensive foul before the foul was committed on Morris.
Yeah, they're going to call it on Miles, I think.
We're going to have a
Right after he
charge.
passed it.
We're going to have a charge on Miles. Got to respect the effort from Miles, though, playing hard.
Yeah, I think right there he saw a guy down and he just immediately started to drive. But I think even though you got a guy down on the floor in front of you, you still slow it down. Maybe just back up and shoot that 3 if you've got the shot. Or even just that mid-range shot. You've got Morris in the paint to help maybe get the offensive rebound, tip it out to a guy on the perimeter. Just got to calm down, I think, if you're Solano. You want to have that intensity. You want to be competitive like that, but you also want to stay calm in those tense moments.
And you could just see Diego Reyes was previously on the screen before action continued, and he's coaching his team well here so far early on. Corner 3 from McClendon's no good. Rebound to Miles. Miles has Irving Romero, on him. Ignacio directing traffic, giving it up to Morris. It hits rim, though. Back out to Dennis. Dennis putting the layup, no good. And it's going to go the way of the Panthers.
That's just an errant pass from Ignacio on the perimeter. A super errant pass to try to find Morris when he's got 3 guys on him in the paint. Swing the ball around the perimeter if you're Ignacio. You don't have to force it in every single possession if it's not there.
The ball is going to stay down on the Falcons' end of the floor.
And they were lucky to get the ball back as the ball hit the pass hit the rim and went back to Dennis in the corner.
Rillo awaiting to inbound the ball. Rillo trying to find a man open, gives it up to Miles on the wing. Top of the key now to Ignacio. Ignacio down into post for Morris. Morris going to work in the post, puts the layup up, no good. Too much power on that one. Bonds splitting the defense, gives it up to Gonzalez. Gonzalez traveled, though. It's going to be headed the other way.
Yeah, Miles knew right away after he jumped up trying to contest a shot. It's a great eye by him. And that was fortunate for Solano as they didn't have guys getting back. Ignacio tried to play half-court defense right at the half-court line, but just let the Sac City player pass him, and they were already outnumbered.
We're going to have Rillo give it up to Dennis. Dennis going to work. We've seen this here before. Kicks it out to Miles. Miles fakes the shot attempt, and we're going to have a foul called.
That should be a blocking foul. I think he's going to get 1-on-1 free throws. They're just in the bonus right now.
Carter Miles awaiting his free throw attempts. It is 1-on-1, like you were saying, Mr. Beers.
And Miles has been a really solid player for Solano, and he's coming off the bench tonight. And he's coming to this game averaging 14 points per game and 6.5 rebounds. So his effort is there on both ends of the floor. You just want the rest of your team to play like that. I've really liked the way Miles has played so far in this first half.
And how Miles is playing is how Dukes was describing the effort from the Panthers. The Panthers are just playing with more effort. That's why they have a 2-point lead right now. Doesn't mean the Falcons aren't clawing their way back into it.
Definitely.
Bonds going to work on Miles, gives it up to Banks. Banks slowing his pace down, but puts the shot no good. Bonds out in the corner, puts that floater up, and it is good. Good floater right there from Bonds.
Yeah, Bynum Bay is back in the game right now, but they didn't even give him the ball on that possession. Bonds, he's really got to step up. He averages 17 points per game, which is tied for second on this team. They're going to need him to step up offensively if Sac City wants to hold on to this lead.
Miles down in the post, spins by his man, went up for the dunk attempt, but it's no good. There's a foul committed by Gonzalez, though.
But he attacked the rim with purpose there.
Yeah,
so he's getting rewarded with 2 free throws.
Utilized a good spin move on the post right there, using the speed as well that he has.
And how often do we see the man of Miles' build try to go up and posterize someone?
In the half-court offense as well.
He might be rivaling Nico Ignacio for best hops on the team.
Possibly. I mean, Ignacio showed us some great hops last year in his freshman campaign. Haven't seen much of it in this game really at all. He's really just been showing off his jumper, but it hasn't been able to fall yet.
Yeah, I think one of the high flyers on the team is Carter Miles. He hasn't had an opportunity to show it, but I've seen him dunk it a few times.
Shaw and Bailey check into the game.
I like to see Shaw again back into this game. He started off really strong in the post early on. He hasn't seen much action in these last few minutes. We'll see what he can do here.
Score is 31-28, 3:40 to go here in the first half. Bonds bringing the ball up the court, guarded by Miles. Faking the screen attempt, Bonds. Baseline mid-range, puts it up, and bounces off the rim, no good. Ignacio with the board, pushing the pace now, and he's fouled by Bonds. It's going to be a blocking foul on him. 2 free throws coming up, I believe.
And just once again, another foul on Sac City, and we're got a lot of fouls in these last couple minutes on the Panthers.
And Nico Ignacio, one of the better free throw shooters on this team last year.
He was the only guy that shot above 80%, I believe, from the line. And Solano got to the line a lot last year as a team. That's how they got most of their second half points to come back into games. And Ignacio was a big reason for that. He hit some 3 crucial free throws in one of the later games of the season to take the lead in what was a huge comeback for them.
You know a player I remember taking a lot of free throws for the Solano team last year? Jeremiah Cardwell.
Certainly wasn't the best free throw shooter, but he did improve as the season went on, which is what we love to see on the broadcast.
And we were saying he was one of the biggest hype men on this team, and we said Miles was replacing that energy of Cardwell from last season.
Yeah, I think he's doing a great job of this far. I think Reyes is making up for it as well as the new head coach. He knows that you don't have Cardwell on the bench for energy, so you got to utilize that as the head coach.
Banks fadeaway shot attempt is no good. Rebound Solano. Miles going in, putting the layup up, and it is good. He can stay in the air a long time, and the Falcons have a lead.
Oh, yeah.
And give almost all the credit to this lead being taken to Carter Miles. He's been playing phenomenal in these last 5 minutes.
Absolutely. And Bynum Bay, there's your man back into the game, the leading scorer in all of California right now. Only a few games played on for him on the season, but looking like an unstoppable force early. The Panthers need to get him going.
Yeah, we saw him on the broadcast last season, actually, when he was at Napa Valley Community College.
And we did call that game, the Napa Valley Storm coming in. Solano squeaked out a win, 66-65 was the final.
Yeah, and Bynum Bay came off the bench, but he played phenomenal in that game. I think he led the team in scoring, and now he's a transfer to Sac City, and he's leading the team in scoring, leading the state in scoring.
Little did the Storm know they had a hidden gem on their bench. Ignacio with the rebound, pushing the pace. Miles run his way down there. Nice spin move from Ignacio, but the layup is no good. Nico Ignacio needs to get it going. Miles driving into the paint, puts the layup up, and it is no good. The bounce didn't go his way, but 2 free throw attempts coming up.
Yeah, I think going back to Ignacio's miss on that layup, he does a great job of utilizing his athleticism, but he does it almost too much. He's got to slow down a little bit, especially after that spin move. Focus yourself on making that layup after executing that great spin move. And I think he just overall had that problem last year, and he hasn't improved much on it early on in the season, but there's certainly a lot of season left to play.
Well, score is 32-32, 2:31 here to play in the first half. It's been an entertaining one here on the Solano College Sports Network. First free throw attempt is up and good for Miles, as we are going to have Wesley check in for Bonds, and then coming in we have Dennis for Ignacio.
And the high flyer that I was speaking on, I misspoke. I meant Jalen Moore.
Free throw shot attempt is up and good.
So Solano's got 2 of their top 3 scorers in the game right now, with Carter Miles and Dominic Dennis. I think they want to execute really well offensively in these last 2 minutes.
Absolutely. Romeo Irving gives it up to Wesley. Wesley. Bynum Bay has it stripped from him, staying with the Panthers. Dennis trying to convince the ref that he didn't touch it out of bounds.
I think he's also telling the ref that he didn't foul him right there. He didn't want a foul called on him. He's playing good physical defense. Bynum Bay wanted a foul, though.
Bynum Bay inbound pass over to Banks. Banks getting a fake screen from Tachata. Is Wesley coming out of the corner for the wing from 3, off front iron. And we are going to have a foul on Dennis. Excuse me, it's going to be on Shaw. Oh, excuse me, I misspoke. Bynum Bay.
That's going to result in 2 free throws.
Yeah, it was either, I think, a blocking foul on Bynum Bay, or it was a block foul on number 30 for Sac City.
Ahmed Tachata.
Yeah, I think it was a player control foul on the blockout.
First free throw is up and no good. Got to cash in on those free attempts.
I really liked how Diego Reyes was coaching his team right there on the defensive end. He was trying to tell them, hey, force them left, play high on the screen, but to the defense's left side, force them to go left to the basket, and they had a good defensive possession because of it.
Absolutely. Both free throws are missed, but Miles pulls in the rebound, has 4 men around him, gives it up to Bailey. Bailey, Torillo. Slowing down the pace now is the Falcons. Bailey gives it down to Shaw in the post. Shaw going to work, has a size advantage, puts it up, and it is no good. Rudy Gobert-esque shot for him right there.
And it worked early on in the game in the first few minutes. That was one of their first buckets. Went back to it, didn't get the ball to go in the hoop.
McClendon gives it up to Banks. Banks, free throw jumper. No good. Rebound goes to Shaw. Bailey giving up to Dennis. Dennis pushing the pace now, puts the shot attempt up, and it's going to be a charge against the Falcons.
I mean, I think if you're Dennis, you got to do a better job. Maybe get into the left side right there, go around him, maybe try a reverse layup rather than just going into his body straight into the key.
Or just use his offhand.
Yeah.
Substitution for Solano, checking in number 4, Nico Ignacio.
Nico Ignacio checking back into the game.
His last minute and 23 seconds. And Solano has held the state's leading scorer to 1 point. They got to feel good about that.
Yeah, I think the defense from Solano, there's been moments where it's been a little lackluster and they've allowed open shots to be put up, but they've only allowed 32 points. And we have 1 minute left till halftime. They've been allowing their teams, or their opponents, to 106 points per game. That would be about 53 points at halftime, so 32 is certainly a good number for the Falcons.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot more effort here on the defensive end from the Falcons compared to the game versus Ohlone. Miles full court pressure on Banks. Banks trying to work off of it. Banks getting all the way down to the rim, gives it up. Ball hits the net, maybe allowed Ignacio to steal it. Ignacio gives it up to Miles. Miles for three. No good. Miles gets his own rebound.
Great hustle.
Gives it back up to Ignacio, slowing down the pace now, going down to Shaw in the post. Will it work again? And Shaw is fouled. He's heading to the line for two.
I want to go back to that steal from Ignacio. I mean, he one-handed that.
Oh, yeah. It looks like a DB back there.
And if he doesn't grab that, it's in a wide-open three in the corner for Sac City.
Foul's going to...
Defense showing up for Solano before halftime.
Foul's going to go against Ahmed Tachada. First free throw shot is good. Score is 35-32, 55.9 here to play in the first half.
In for Kobe Wesley.
Second free throw shot attempt is up and good. Shaw showing excellent form right there. As we have Banks bringing up the ball. 50 here to play in the half. Banks going to work on Miles. Miles, great defense though. Tachada doesn't even fake the three-point attempt. Spin move, mid-range jumpers, no good. Rebound Rillo. Rillo pushing the pace now. Gives it up to Dennis. Dennis. Layup is up and good. McClendon with the defense, but just better offense from Dennis.
Yes. Great awareness, great awareness.
Saw now it's on a 10-0 run to finish this first half. It's been great on both ends for the Falcons.
Absolutely. McClendon going to work now. Gives it up to Tachada. Tachada for three. It's good.
Much needed.
11 seconds here to play in the first half. Solano might be thinking to hold for the last shot. Nico Ignacio, pump fake. Has two men on him, puts the shot attempt up, and it is no good. Halftime has hit, and the score is 38-35. Falcons lead here. And Holden, what did you like from the Falcons in that first half?
I really liked in those last 7 or 8 minutes, their defensive intensity really stepped up, and they didn't allow a lot of open shots. That last possession, they didn't allow an open three to hit. But that was, I think, Sac City's first points in nearly 3 minutes. So they were on a huge scoring drought due to Solano's great defense. That's something that they've really struggled with in their first 2 games. So having good defense right there and then turning it into offense, going on that 10-0 run. I think Solano got a lot of momentum going into the second half and certainly has a lot of momentum to continue into the second half and win this game.
And Dukes, how can these Panthers get Bynum Bay going, the leading scorer in the whole state?
Well, they got to get him in some actions that he feel comfortable in, you know what I mean? Get him some easy shots early in the second half. They did a good job as a committee to keep the game close within one possession to end it. But if they want a chance to win this game, they got to get their leading dog to go.
Well, stay tuned here on the Solano College Sports Network. Once again, score is 38-35. Falcons lead. We're taking a quick break for halftime.
Thank you, gentlemen.
This is Diego Reyes, assistant basketball coach. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
If you are interested in a career in sports broadcasting, whether you're commentating a live game
or hosting your own TV show,
for more information, contact Greg Poff. That's me at solano.edu.
we hope to see you here next semester. And remember,
it's more than just sports, it's an education.
Hi, my name is Eric Visser. I'm in my 5th year as the athletic director of Solano College. To experience community college and its mission has been an outstanding experience. Solano College has a very rich tradition in intercollegiate athletics dating back to 1947. I'm very proud to communicate that rich tradition is still being continued with fine young men and women that represent Solano College on and off the court. In the fall we have the volleyball program. We have a very successful women's soccer program. We have both men's and women's basketball. And then we transition to 4 programs: baseball, of softball, men's women's tennis, and men's and women's swimming. It is our mission to excel our programs and our student athletes in academics. All of our student athletes are committed to give back to the community. And we would invite you to be a part of Solano College Athletics by visiting our website www.solanoathletics.com, and you feel a warm welcome at Solano.
Hello, my name is Brian Preciato. I'm a retired fire chief from the City of Vacaville Fire Department. and I had the opportunity to become the Fire Technology Director here for Solano Community College. Solano Community College offers a tremendous fire academy and a fire technology program. We offer core courses taught throughout the year. These core classes hopefully lead the students toward an AA degree in fire science. Once they've gotten the Firefighter Academy, through that academy, they gain a Firefighter 1 certificate, which is very important toward reaching their goal as a firefighter. We have a partnership with Winters Fire Department. Winters provides for us a vast amount of equipment and personnel as well as instructors.
We are able to really lead a top-notch fire academy program where we have great instructors throughout the region.
I chose Solano Community College for the instructors. I was never a cars or like in the engine type person, but since I've been here, I've gotten really comfortable with that. So just know that there's always something to learn in the fire service.
If you're looking to get into the fire service, the Solano Community College is a great opportunity. It's going to provide you the foundation and the skills needed to become a professional firefighter.
The exponential growth from the program from my first year to my third year now, that's what keeps me coming back and keeps me excited and just like fulfills me as a person.
It's so impressive, and we every time we walk in here, you guys are doing something different. It's great. It's
nothing but opportunities here, and we have sports to cover, we have the equipment.
Because the more ambitious you are, the more opportunities you'll have.
On-the-job training is huge.
Get the hands-on experience.
When someone asks who can do it, you know, you can raise your hand and say, I can do it, so.
Joining the class was the best decision I ever made.
Stand by, we're going to go to cut one. And cut one. Cross court to Audrey Jones. Audrey for three! It is good! With 1.3 seconds left on the game clock. Audrey Jones with one of the biggest shots ever.
The sky's the limit, really, with what we can do here.
And welcome back here on the Solano College Sports Network. Score is once again 38-35. Solano has a 3-point lead coming in here into the second half, and Josh Mahika is going to join us here in the second half for color commentary. Josh, first half thoughts for you real quick?
Well, earlier I was on the sidelines and was listening to their huddle with their head coach Brian Chavez, and he was telling his players earlier to be aggressive on the paint and stay on the paint and could secure the rebounds all the time because they've been getting out-rebounded by Solano. And as for Solano right here, love their energy and the paint. And what they got to do is one thing, defend the lead, and that's by knocking down their three balls and, of course, dominate the paint as well.
Bond shot attempt is up and no good. Rebound Morris. Morris gives it up to Encinias. Encinias to Dennis. Dennis stopped on the wing. Shaw down in the post. Shaw gives it up to Morris. Morris puts it up and is fouled. Count it. And one.
Yeah, we saw it early in the game, right when the first few plays of the game, Shaw and Morris, working great together in the post. And right there, Shaw forced out to the corner three after he was in the post, then finds Morris on the cut, posts up in a mismatch, gets the and one. Beautiful job on that first offensive possession for the Falcons.
And free throw attempt is up and good. Just want to shout out Justice Wilson, walked by over to us at halftime. Solano's leading scorer once again at another game for these Falcons, supporting his old teammates.
He's just such a good, dominant player in his 2 seasons here at Solano. He's the reason why he's their leading scorer all time with over 1,000 points. Such a talented player.
And I also had a chance to talk to him in the sidelines, and he said he came out here to support his brothers.
And it's blocked by Shaw. Ignacio picking up the board. Ignacio giving it up to Encianis. Encianis gives it to Morris down on the block. Encianis back on the wing, using that pivot to his advantage. Shaw gives it back up to Morris, playing that 3-man game right now. Morris has it blocked twice on that.
Yeah, I think they tried a little bit too hard right there to go into the post to Morris.
And it's It's Royal Turi going down to the other end.
Robert, I don't agree with that call. I think Tom Shaw did a great job just putting his hands up and letting the offensive player to initiate the contact.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you, Josh. I mean, he was kind of went straight up. He barely used his body just a little bit, but that was just some physical defense, I think, from Shaw. And unfortunately, gets the foul called for the Falcons.
Tour putting the shot attempt up and in. Second free throw coming. And he's seeing his first minutes tonight here in the second half. Rebound goes to Shaw. Shaw gives it up to Ignacio. Ignacio making Bonds miss. Lobs it up for Morris. Morris gets the ball down in the post. Has it knocked out of his hands. Staying down here on the Solano end.
Yeah, they just kind of rushed it a little too much on the advantageous fast break that they had. Morris got too far under the basket. Didn't have a good look at the hoop, but they got the ball back right here on the inbound.
And we're going to stay down here as Encinitas couldn't find a man. No one was getting open for him.
Yeah, it was close to a 5-second violation on Solano.
Especially being under the hoop. Gives it to Morris. Morris pump fake, puts it up, fouled, and he just missed it. Roll didn't go his way. 2 free throws coming up.
And like what I said earlier, in order for Solano to defend the lead is to get into that paint and convert all those shots. They've been doing it in the first half. They just gotta continue and stay consistent in the second half.
I think in the first half, they did a great job of getting to the line and avoiding fouling Sac City. The free throw difference was 18-7. Solano's had 18, Sac City had 7. So getting back to the free throw line early in the second half, certainly a good look for the Falcons.
Morris awaiting his second attempt at the line. Free throw is up, and it is good. Score is 43-36, 18-34. Here to play in the second half. Bonds pushing the place, kicks it out to Irving Romero. Irving Romero to Banks. Banks fouled on the drive attempt. It's going to be on the floor. Morris is going to pick up the foul.
Yeah, I mean, he was kind of behind with his feet, so he tried to use his arm to stay with him right there. But just used a little bit too much of it. It's a good foul call.
Wide open 3 for Bonds, no good. Looks like a lot of the Falcons wanted a foul called. Banks. Shut down by Shaw. Bonds gives it back to Banks. Banks driving into the lane, floaters up, no good. Rebound, Banks gets out of the pile. Bonds going to work at the top of the key, driving into the paint left side, kicks it out to McClendon. McClendon back out to Bonds in the corner, driving in baseline. Kicks it out, and we're going to have a jump ball.
Good defense there by Solano, and there's only 6 seconds left in the shot clock, not allowing any open man to shoot it either 3 or drive to the basket.
It's going to be Solano ball.
Yeah, and that's really what gave Solano the lead at the end of that first half. Their defense really picked up in those last 7 minutes. And now we're seeing Carter Miles, who was our highlight player of the first half, come back into the game. We'll see if he can continue that intensity he had in the first half and bring it onto the court here in the second half.
And Carter Miles checking in for Tom Shaw. And Shaw, he had some family members come over to us also at halftime. A man from Australia. But now it's Morris working in the post. Gets fouled, and Morris is headed to the line. Morris just knows how to pick up these fouls down here in the paint.
This is an incredible play. Smart play by Trevor Morris. He knows how to use his size, and he knows that he can dominate this paint, and why not just draw a foul and go to the free throw line and extend this lead.
Yeah, 14-point performance for him versus Oloni, and he's continuing that hot scoring stretch right now. Free throw is missed. Second one coming up.
Yeah, no bind and base so far for Sac City in these first 2.5 minutes of the second half as Morris is that second free throw. But bind and base, we saw him kind of go down with a slight injury, but he came back into the game, and we haven't seen him since, though. Interesting just not see him out there as he's their leading scorer.
Absolutely. It's a weird turn of events for the Panthers, but Miles corralling the basketball, gives it up to Sanias. Sanias giving it to Miles. Miles looked like he got fouled on the drive, but gets his own board. Somehow no foul called down here on Solano's end. Irving Romero pushing the pace. Bonds pump fake the three. Layup is up, no good. Rebound Ignacio, and he gets fouled hard by Irving Romero, and he is hyped right now, Nico Ignacio.
Yeah, Ignacio's been struggling on the offensive end tonight, but he's really showed his effort on the defensive end, getting that steal late in the first half, and then right there doing a great job on the defensive boards, smacking it out of the hands of Sac City and using his effort to fight for that ball.
And slamming your hands on that hardwood floor.
Yeah, I mean, I've always liked Ignacio's intensity going back to last year in his freshman season. And he's continuing it here on the defensive end this year.
Early on in the season, got to get the scoring going. Morris falls down in the paint, but gets back up. And Sanias trying to direct traffic. Ignacio driving into the paint, puts the layup up, no good. Rebound, Irving Romero. Romero pushing the pace, puts the floater up, no good. Rebound, Tour puts it up and in.
Yeah, like you were saying, Josh, the Sac City head coach wants them to get rebounds more. Right there, they get the second chance opportunity and convert. It's exactly what Sac City needed to cut this deficit to 6 points.
And Diego Reyes is going to take a timeout here. 16:27 left here in the game. 44 Solano, 38 Sac City. Shout out the PA announcer, Blake.
Yeah, former member of the Solano College Sports Network. And I want to go back to the defensive intensity that Solano has had over the last few moments of this game. And then at the end of the first half, they've really picked it up. But right there, they kind of struggled in the transition defense, excuse me. Defended the layups somewhat well. Didn't get the defensive rebound, though, and allowed an easy layup or putback layup for Sac City. And I think that's really something that they've struggled with. I'm going to keep going back to it because it's something that it's their biggest struggle and biggest fault in these first two games, and they've really done a good job working on it in this game. They got to keep it up in these last 16 minutes.
Miles gives it up to Ignacio on the right side wing. Gives it up to Miles down on the nail. Shaw down low, has a shot attempt blocked by Banks. Irving Romero's running. Irving Romero puts the layup up, no good. Nico Ignacio with the rebound and just wildly out of control right there.
I mean, I think a good nickname you could give Ignacio is the Tasmanian Devil. I think the way his out of control but fierce athleticism that he shows, I think it's great for Solano on the defensive end. You just got to slow it down on the offensive end, but Ignacio's looked great so far defensively and on the boards here in the second half.
Yeah, it's going to be Bonds on the left side wing. Gives it up to Irving Romero. Irving Romero pulls it from the corner. Hits nothing but air. And Dennis going to work. Gives it down low to Shaw. Shaw puts it up and in. Count it and the foul.
And just like you said, they're holding the transition defense that now turned into transition offense over there. Great job by Solano pushing the pace, giving it to their big, was wide open in the paint, Tom Shaw for the deuce, plus the foul, and one.
Yeah, I think Solano in that first half, especially in the first 10 minutes of the game, really struggled in their transition offense, turned the ball over multiple times on the fast break, but ever since then, they've really turned it around and turned that good defense into really good offense. They're trying to take a 9-point lead right now with this free throw from Shaw.
As you can see, 46-38 is the score, 15:51 to play here in the half. Shaw's second free throw attempt is up and good, 47-38. Falcons are playing inspired right now. They have those claws attached and they're not going to get rid of their food right now. Great defense from Solano. Bonds pulls it from the corner, no good. Rebound Dennis. Dennis pushing the pace, 3-on-1 fast break. Miles goes up, count it, and the foul.
Another and one for the Falcons, and Miles.
And look at Miles.
Wow.
He's hyped up.
I mean, this is the intensity that Solano has needed really in these first three games, and it's really shown tonight, especially from Carter Miles. He's really picked up the intensity and effort across this entire team. And that's the third and one of these first 5 minutes in the second half.
I I just want to go back to Miles and how he literally was just got up and was screaming in front of his bench.
Yeah, I mean, I think that energy it's a good energy for a basketball team after a positive impact play like that. It gets the bench going, and now they're getting going, helping out their defense.
And Mason Flores, who's in San Diego doing a 3-day walk, he said he loved Miles' intensity, and there he is right there with the block.
Oh, Carter Miles is showing out on both ends of the floor right now. I'm loving it.
Yep, defense turns into offense now. Offense turns into defense.
Carter Miles, you are playing out of your mind right now. As the shot attempt is up and no good by Banks. Ignacio running the floor, 2-on-2, fast break. And it's Dennis laying it up and in, and these Falcons are just taking over, 52-38.
Yeah, quick 6-0 run from Solano right here, and they're getting back on defense right
Gonzalez
now.
puts the ball up and in. And we are going to have a timeout by the Panthers. 14:57 here to play in the second half. 52-40 is the score.
Yeah, I mean, the defense right there wasn't as efficient as it was in these last 3 minutes. I mean, this lead has blossomed for Solano. They had a 14-point lead just a moment ago, and they were down for most of the first half.
Absolutely. Just seeing these Falcons and Diego Reyes and the culture he's just brought here to Solano, or excuse me, being elevated into the head coaching role here at Solano, and just the culture he wants to establish. It's been amazing to see it go to work here tonight.
Yeah, I think when you have a young coach like that in Diego Reyes, he knows how to bring that intensity to his guys because he's such close in age to these college players. He knows how to match their energy and get them to get hyped up a little more than they normally do. And it's really shown here in this second half, especially in these last 3 minutes. And Carter Miles is also a big credit to him on the intensity side of things and on both ends of the floor, not just offense, but on defense as well.
I think if Carter Miles could play this 15 minutes, Diego Reyes might let him. Nico Ignacio driving into the lane, and we're going to have a travel called. It's been one of those nights for Nico Ignacio. Shot's not falling, but he doesn't take it over to the defensive side.
Look at Miles right here playing full court defense.
Oh, great. Steal by Miles. Miles underneath the hoop, and he is fouled, and the Solano bench is loving it.
Yeah, Carter Miles has been the energy giver for this Solano team. Like you said, Holden, earlier, giving energy both offensive and defensive end of the floor.
Yeah, I saw him playing that full court defense on his man before the ball was even getting inbounded. I felt something was going to happen. And right there, he gets the steal and gets fouled under the hoop. I mean, he might be a little tired right now, but that energy is going to carry him for these next few minutes. Certainly has played phenomenal.
Well, when you play inspired as a player and you're just an energy giver like that, it inspires your whole team. You can see the bench standing for him every time a hype play happens. First free throw shot is good for Miles, but you got to love when your teammates support you.
And I got to say yes to that, Robert, because that's where the momentum happens or starts.
Yeah, and early on, we're just over 5 minutes into the second half, and Solano's already in the 1-and-1 bonus with 14 and a half minutes to go here in the second half.
Yeah, 7 fouls committed already, and it's going to be a turnover by the Panthers offense. They cannot just get it together tonight. One of the top scoring teams in all of California, losing it right now. 54-40 is the score. Falcons lead. Dennis bringing the ball up. Dennis gives it to Ignacio down in the post. Ignacio backing his defender away, has it poked away from him, staying down here on this end.
This is a small lineup that Solano has, and I don't know. It seems like they have Ignacio playing the 4, as they had him posting up right there on offense. Certainly not a position he's used to playing, though.
Morris gets the inbound. Morris driving towards that baseline, and they're going to call a travel on him. Just want to highlight Eric Lacey into the game for the Falcons.
That was great post defense from Gonzalez right there, staying in front of Morris and staying with him, forcing him to travel and almost nearly go out of bounds.
As Bond's going up the floor, spin move, puts the layup up, and is fouled, headed to the line for 2.
Yeah, that's one of the negatives when you play full court defense. If you're Carter Miles right there. We've loved how he's been playing defensively, but right there he tries too hard to get the steal on the inbound. He falls down in front of the Solano bench, giving Sac City a 5-on-4 advantage offensively, and they get to the line for 2 on a tough layup.
Absolutely, and just seeing Miles, and he's not checking out of this game yet.
Yeah, and after he fell, he was kind of grabbing at his calf a little bit. But yeah, he's staying in this game. You certainly want that intensity if you're Solano, but don't want to overdo it.
Absolutely.
In the 3rd game of the season.
Gotta imagine Diego Reyes might be thinking about taking him out here soon as Encinias taking the ball up, gives it to Dennis. Dennis going to work on Bynum Bay, who's finally back into this game. Miles directing traffic now. Miles fakes left, goes right, gives it up to Encinias. Encinias, free throw line jumper, no good, back iron. Bynum Bay with the rebound. Bynum Bay trying to spark some offense potentially for the Panthers as Bonds going coast to coast here. Puts the layup up, no good, rebound Lacey.
Great defense right there by Lacey. He was disadvantaged in the numbers department, but he played great defense on Bond.
Lacey gives it up to Miles. Miles trying to find Morris down here in the post. Bynum Bay on him. Bynum Bay, great defense. Way to get the steal, young man. Oh, excuse me, not fully getting the steal, but getting his hand on the ball.
Yeah, I wanted to see that matchup with Morris going up against Bynum Bay. Bynum Bay does a great job attacking the ball right there behind Morris. And he hasn't been playing great offensively, hasn't really gotten much opportunity on the offensive end, so playing good defense, that's what you want out of your star player when you haven't gotten much from him offensively.
Got a little bit of a wet spot on the floor. Gonna have someone clean it up. But just seeing the role reversal early on, it felt like these Panthers, they were gonna go on that run, but then Solano turned it up a notch on defense, and now they're taking it to the Panthers.
Yeah, Duke's talked about Sac City's intensity that they had in those first 6 minutes of this game, but it's completely turned into positive and high intensity for Solano, and Sac City's kind of become flat when it comes to their morale and energy.
Dennis in the corner, driving baseline, puts the shot up, no good. And Gonzalez trying to corral in the rebound, but we're going to have a shot clock violation before anyone gains possession.
And speaking of Bynum Bay earlier, last game he had 33 points and connected 5 threes from beyond the arc. And I had a chance to talk to him earlier in the game, and he said,
oh, ankle breaker, Bynum Bay puts it up, front iron.
He's going to want to get more shots like that, though. He's done a couple of those moves tonight where he's gotten space and had an open shot. Just hasn't gotten many of them to fall. He only has 1 point right now in the game.
Morris down in the post, up against Gonzalez, double team now. Encinias gives it up to Lacey. Lacey for 3, cans it! 57-41, 12:40 to play here in the second half. Banks driving in, putting it up, and it's blocked by Morris. Bynum Bay with the rebound, puts the layup up and in.
I mean, that 3 by Lacey is a huge play for the Falcons. This is a team, especially this season, that they don't shoot a lot of threes, and when they do and it goes in, it's an impact play for their offense. And it showed right there with Lacey hitting that open 3.
We're going to have a side out of bounds here.
and watching him shoot that 3, and I truly believe that he's got a good stroke. That's why every time he shoots a 3-pointer, I'm going to call it cash money.
Excuse me, 2 free throws coming up. Miles is asking for 1 of 1, but we're way past that point.
Miles in the first half was 4 for 4 from the free throw line, and he's done a good job from the free throw line here in the second half. Has only missed 1 so far, but he's gotten to the line multiple times. I think that shows his physicality on not just the defensive end, but on the offensive end, his ability to get physical and draw fouls, get to the line.
Yeah, absolutely. Carter Miles awaiting as we're having another wet spot cleaned up down on the other end. Hardwood's very slippery when wet. Free throw shot attempt is up and good.
Yeah, it certainly is, and it's an underrated part of the game that can cause bad injuries to these players. So certainly getting that cleaned up is important.
Shout out to all the people who clean up courts here for basketball players and their safety. Bonds going to work on Lacey. Lacey gets a hand in his face. Free throw attempts coming up though for Bond. Lacey just closed out too hard right there.
Yeah, he's looking over at Coach Reyes saying, oh, I've only got 2 now, right? 2 fouls. Lacey hasn't had much run in this game. Only his second foul, though. He's had good minutes, though, here in the second half, hitting that three and playing good defense as well.
Yeah, and regardless of that foul, that was good defense there by Eric Lacey, sorry. And just keeping your hands up, and you know that the shooter, the one who attempts the shot is a shooter, so you just want to keep your hands up.
McClendon checking into the game, and then we're going to have Elon Madrano checking in for the Falcons.
And Carmel's going to take a good rest here on the bench before this last half of the game. Carter Miles, excuse me, thank you. Yeah, and if you're Solano right now, you want to slow it down. You got a 15-point lead, just over 12 minutes to go. Run your half-court offense using that whole shot clock.
Lacey gives it down to Morris in the post, guarded by Gonzalez heavily. Morris going to work, double team now. Gives it up to Bailey. Bailey back to Encinias. Encinias back to Bailey. Bailey driving in, giving it back to Encinias for three. Cans it. And these Falcons playing with some energy. Bonds pushing the pace, puts the layup up and in.
Yeah, I mean, I know Solano's up by a huge lead right now, but every time it seems like they score and have a really good play, they don't get back on defense as much. Sac City's taking advantage of that and getting easy layups on the other end.
Encinias directing traffic. Gives it up to Morris at the top. Solano going to work. Morris kicks it out. Bailey. Bailey driving in. Baseline puts it up. No good. Rebound Morris. Maybe got fouled by his own teammate. Bond going to work now. He slips on a wet spot. Reverse layup is up and no good by Gonzalez. Lacey pulls in the board.
Every Solano just slow it down right here.
Trevor Morris playing the two-man game right now, and he misses the layup. Bailey puts it up and in, his first points of the game.
I was saying slow it down, and then they've got 3-on-1 opportunity as Sac City just played horrible full-court press.
And that's just unselfish basketball over there. You see a wide open man in the paint, give it.
Bynum Bay going to work, fouled, puts a shot attempt up, and he has two free throw attempts coming. And Bynum Bay, quiet game now, third game of the season for him.
Yeah, like just mentioned earlier, I had a chance to talk to him during the pregame, and he told me that whatever his performance last game doesn't mean that you just want to stay consistent. And they came here to play and just want to always be aggressive and stay in the game.
Yeah, in the last two games, Bynum Bay has taken over 10 shots in those two games. And tonight, I don't think he's taken over 5 field goal attempts. So it's really interesting that Sac City hasn't done a great job of getting their offensively, getting their leading scorer, the leading scorer in the state, the ball more and getting him going.
Absolutely. You got to imagine when you have a player like Bynum Bay, you would run the offense through him, maybe 6-man off the bench if you don't like him starting if he's comfortable with it. But you got to run your offense through a guy who's willing to score the basketball like that.
And we got to give credit to Solano's defense as well. They've done a great job guarding him. Granted, Bynum Bay has gotten a couple good shots or open looks that he just hasn't hit. But other than that, Solano's played good off-ball defense on him, not allowing him to get the ball on some DHO action or some off-screen or off-ball screen, excuse me.
Timeout is now over. Diego Reyes still giving coaching tips. He doesn't care how long the timeout is. 64-46 is the score. 10:30 to go here in the second half. Bynum Bay's first free throw attempt up and good.
And sometimes when you're a shooter and you haven't had your first couple shots to fall and you get to the free throw line and you hit those free throws, it kind of gets your rhythm going a little more. So maybe Bynum Bay, if he hits both these free throws, he'll get his shot up a little more with confidence.
Still 10:30 to go here in the game, 16-point game. Still a lot of time for these Panthers if they want to work a comeback. Encinias directing traffic right now, gives it up to Bailey. Bailey back to Encinias. Encinias trying to give it to Morris, but Bynum Bay, good coverage on him. Edwards to Medrano. Medrano to Encinias. Encinias using that screen to his advantage, gives it down to Bailey, but it's a turnover instead. And we're going to have a foul committed by Edwards on Irving Romero.
So that's 4 straight fouls that Solano has committed before they've been fouled on the offensive end. So now it's kind of starting to even out for Sac City. Granted, it's still a 16-point deficit for the Panthers, but Solano's starting to slow down just a little bit, but Sac City's really got to take advantage of it and haven't done yet any of that so far.
And they got to use that top 3-point shooting percentage in all of California. It's Bynum Bay gets it, count it, and one.
And Holden, just like you were saying earlier, if Bynum Bay connects all these free throws that he had earlier, he might get his rhythm back. And I think we're starting to see his rhythm back tonight.
Yeah, I think the players are going to want to trust him a little more with the ball in his hands and get him the basketball more on the offensive end. And right there, he shows why he's such a talented scorer, getting that and one.
Substitution for Sac City, checking in number 55, Victor
Jubuwu checking into the game for McClendon. Free throw is up, and it is good. 13-point game here on the Solano College Sports Network. Dennis taking the ball up the court. Jubuwu guarding him. And he is double-teamed, and Banks steals the ball, gives it to Jubuwu. Jubuwu taking the ball up the court now. Gives it to Bynum Bay. Bynum Bay has 2 men on him. Back to single coverage. Spin move, Bynum Bay puts it up, and it's a wedgie here on the Solano College Sports Network.
Does get another foul called for him though on the wedgie shot. He's gonna go line for 2. It could cut the lead or the deficit, to 11 for Sac City. Solano just multiple offensive possessions with turnovers, and Sac City doing a great job of getting down in transition and finding a way to get points.
2 free throw attempts coming up for Bynum Bay.
And keep in mind, there's still only 9.5 minutes left here in this game, so you can certainly come back if you're Sac City. You just want to score fast and play good defense as well.
Rulo getting ready to check into the game. Both free throw attempts are up and good. It's an 11-point game here with 9:31 to go. Full court press. Doesn't work out for the Panthers. Morris going in, and we have an offensive foul as Bynum Bay, he's trying to rally his team back into it.
Yeah, we saw Carter Miles do this for Solano towards the end of the first half and in the beginning of this second half, and now it's starting to turn around to Bynum Bay using that energy and intensity that he has to spread it to his team and use that to come back in this game.
Gotta imagine Miles is gonna be ready to check into this game sooner rather than later. As Irving Romero is going to work on Edwards. Edwards full court press. Gives it up to Bynum Bay. Bynum Bay down to Banks. Banks working that 2-man game with Bynum Bay on Morris right now down to the post. Banks gives it up, and it's stolen by Medrano. Medrano running the floor, puts the layup up, no good. 2 free throws coming. Excuse me, Medrano.
Yeah, so right there on the offensive possession for Sac City, they're looking to try and get a DHL going to Bynum Bay, but he didn't end up getting the ball, and then Sac City ends up turning it over. So I think that's shown that they've really underutilized him on the offensive end throughout this game. I think they would be in a much better position if Bynum Bay was used just a little more.
Gonzalez in for Banks. Second free throw attempt is no good, misses both. Gets his own, Medrano gets his own rebound, kicks it to the corner. Dennis, no good. Gonzalez with the board. Trying to push the pace to Bynum Bay. Bynum Bay still gets the ball after it was tipped by Dennis. Bynum Bay, shot is no good. Rebound Gonzalez, and puts it up and in, and we have a single-digit ball game. Edwards running the floor right now, giving it up to Rillo. Rillo has to go off his feet, trying to corral it. These Panthers are playing inspired now. Morris going to work down in the post, double team, and it's stolen by Bonds. Bonds giving up to Irving Romero. Irving Romero going up, has it blocked, but we're going to have a foul call. 2 free throws coming.
I think if you're Coach Reyes, you want a timeout no matter how these free throw attempts go. It's a 9-0 run from Sac City, and you have no energy. It's completely flat right now for the Falcons. You got to call a timeout and get your guys huddled up and get them going once again like they were at the beginning of this second half.
Yeah, absolutely, Holden. And these Panthers, something has just flipped a switch since that last timeout was called as Irving Romero, and this is the first. Nico Ignacio checking back into the ball game, and there's the hype man himself, Carter Miles, getting ready to go potentially get a rebound.
Yeah, Coach Ray is saying, instead of calling a timeout, I'm just going to put the guy that got us going, Carter Miles, back into the game. And this full court press hasn't been too effective for Sac City, but they've forced a lot of pressure in the half-court offense for Solano.
Ignacio gives it up to Miles. Miles down low. Back out to Rillo, back to Miles. Miles on the right wing, directing traffic, telling Morris to clear out. Miles back to Rillo. Rillo driving into the paint, kicks it out. Miles. Miles for 3. No good. Front iron. Bynum Bay with the rebound, pushing the pace right now. Slowing down.
Huge possession from Sac City right here.
Jabu gives it up to Gonzalez. Gonzalez, no good. Rebound back to him, kicking it out. Bynum Bay able to corral it. Bynum Bay crossover, sidestep 3, no good. In and out of Ignacio's hands, Irving Romero picks it up. Slowing down the pace right now, Irving Romero. Bonds calling for the ball, getting it. Bonds going to work on Morris, half spin. Fadeaway jumpers, no good, but we're going to have a foul call. 2 free throws coming up, and Nico Ignacio does not like it.
Yeah, it was nearly perfect defense on the help from Ignacio, but he just put that arm forward a little too much into Bonds' shooting range. It's been a huge problem for Solano over these last few minutes. Fouling has been crucial.
Yeah.
And Ignacio, especially, he's done a good job of avoiding fouls in this game, but right there's a crucial foul that you cannot commit.
Well, Solano, they were winning the foul differential 8-2 early on in this half, and now it's 10-9. These Panthers just stopped fouling, and the Falcons are committing them now.
And Solano hasn't scored since the 11-minute mark.
Yeah, it's been a long drought here for the Falcons. Rillo giving up to Miles. Miles trying to spark his team once again, going to work on Irving Romero. Double team now by Bynum Bay. Rillo at the top of the key for 3. No good. Back iron. Rebound Miles.
Miles done a great job on the offensive boards tonight. That's 6 offensive rebounds now for him in this game.
Miles directing traffic, telling Morris to where to give him a screen, telling Morris to back off now. Miles crossover, has it stripped away by Irving Romero. We're going to have a foul called. And I believe we're going to have free throws coming up for Irving Romero. And it's just slipping away right now here from these Falcons.
I mean, it's been an 11-0 run over these last 4 minutes for Sac City, and it really hasn't been much of what they've been doing, but really just Solano not being able to score on the offensive end and not getting back into transition. Yeah, that's a good timeout by Reyes. You really needed that in these last 2 minutes to get this timeout, get your guys huddled up and regrouped.
Yeah, Diego Reyes calling timeout right now, and like you were saying, Holden, he truly needed it. And Josh, what were you seeing? Why were the Falcons losing their lead that they had so early on here in the second half?
Well, right now I think it's because of their defense. Like earlier, they were really starting the game, the second half strong, and now they just they were comfortable with their offensive performance. But right now, their defense has to step up. Because Holden, you said 11, but looking back here, it was actually a 13-0 run for Sac City. They were up as much as 20 points, and they just got away. It's because of their defense. Like right now, they got to focus on defense. Like be aggressive on defense and always secure that rebound.
I think going to Solano's side, I mean, we've been saying they should slow down offense and use the clock a little bit because they had that large lead. Now the lead's cut down to 7, and you've been turning the ball over on the half-court offensive end, and you haven't been able to get a shot to go in the last 4 or 5 minutes. I think you got to pick up the intensity offensively, try and get a bucket to get that momentum back in your favor and keep this lead. You still need to score points.
And as we've learned, the foul counter doesn't go above 10, as we figured out on our last broadcast. So that 10 fouls up there on the scoreboard doesn't indicate how many fouls Solano has right now. And it's been a lot. Too many Diego Reyes was probably talking about in that huddle.
And it's been an issue for the Solano team the first 2 games of the season where they've lost. They've got a lead now, but they're starting to lose it by giving up too many fouls.
Well, at least Diego Reyes called a timeout to try and inspire his team instead of getting a technical foul like last game. And we have a foul called here after the rebound. 1 of 2 on the free throw attempts. Bynum Bay looked like he was calling for jump ball. Good thing he's not the ref tonight.
And we haven't seen much action from Dennis here in the second half, mainly because Solano's been trying to slow it down in that half-court offense and get it to the post more. Dennis was leading the team in scoring at halftime with 10 points. He did get to the line a lot in the first half.
And speaking of Solano's defense earlier, they got to continue that off-ball defensive schemes that they were doing. Earlier in the first half, Bynum Bay just scored 1 point. It's because they've been shutting him down, not letting him touch the ball, because they know that if he touched the ball, they know that how dangerous it is. So that's why they got to continue that into the second half.
McClendon in for Irving Romero. It's an entertaining one here on the Solano College Sports Network. 6:46 left here to play. As this gymnasium goes real quiet for the free throws. 66-58. Bonds pushing the pace. Bonds taking it back out, slowing it down now. Spin move into the lane. Bonds puts it up, no good. Rebound Morris. Solano pushing the pace. Gives it up to Miles. Miles has it go off of him. Bad decision there by Encianis to try and bounce past that by Bynum Bay. Especially on the opposite side of where Miles was looking. Bonds has Brillo guarding him, giving it up to Gonzalez. Gonzalez driving into the paint, kicking it to Jubu. Jubu goes up and down. Are we going to have a foul call? We're going to have jump ball.
I honestly thought that was a travel by Jibawa over there, that big hop step, but there was no call.
Yeah, it was certainly close, but I think Encinitas touching it negates it, and they called it a jump ball right as his feet were touching the ground.
Bonds with the inbound, gives it up to Gonzalez down low. Miles gets him jumping and puts it up and in, and we have a 6-point game. 6 minutes and 10 seconds here to play. Full court pressure from the Panthers. Willow directing traffic, giving it back to Encianis. Got to give it past half court. Miles gets it away from Bynum Bay, goes into the crowd. Miles puts it up, no good. Dennis with the rebound, and he is fouled. 2 free throws coming up. And Miles, he is down. That is not a sight you'd like to see.
He's holding his left leg near his calf area.
And that calf looks like it's cramping right now.
Oh, yeah, it is cramping pretty bad.
You could just see that muscle contracting right there as he's getting worked on right now from the trainers as they're trying to get the cramp to go away. They're not a pretty sight to see.
Not a pretty sight to feel either, or not a sight, but not a pretty feeling either. Especially in the calf. I mean, those are the worst ones, especially if you're playing basketball. I think.
You ever get those when you're sleeping?
I get them when I wake up in the morning and I'm stretching.
Absolutely.
That's when I've got them a couple times, and they're horrible.
Sometimes my quad will just cramp on me in the middle of the night out of nowhere.
Really?
Yeah. It's weird.
It's the worst thing to start your day. And as you were saying, Robert?
Any weird things that cramp on you when you wake up in the morning?
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully
he doesn't
not.
have those experiences like us, Holden. As Miles, he got that cramp out of the way quickly, and he's going to stay in this ball game. Still limping, though.
Yeah, I think the refs were discussing whether he has to come off or not for at least a possession. Yeah, they need a sub for Miles because he went down. Reyes doesn't want to do it.
We have some fans saying the ruling of it. Reyes is asking, do I really have to take him out? Looks like Reyes isn't going to argue. As Ignacio's going to check into the game for Miles. Got to imagine Miles is going to come back in pretty quick after that cramp is fully subsided.
We haven't seen. I'm interested to see why Tom Shaw hasn't gotten into the game nearly as much here late in the second half.
Offense was flowing well with him in.
And defensively, he was playing good as well, and done a great job on the boards tonight as well in moments that you needed it.
Miles still walking gingerly over there on the sideline. You could see him at the top of the screen, now underneath the hoop. As he's getting help from the trainer on how to get rid of that cramp. First free throw is up and good from Dennis.
And with Tom Shaw not in the game, and Solano right now is in a small ball lineup with, I think, Trevor Morris at 5 position.
Yeah, Trevor Morris, the starting 4, playing that 5.
And you basically got almost 4 guards in with him. Dennis, I think you consider a wing. Ignacio, Rillo, and Encinitas, all guards in the lineup right now for Solano.
68-60 is the score, 5:50 to play in the half. Bond's going to work, kicks it down to McClendon. McClendon puts it up. Maybe had a tip, but it goes up and through.
And that was a pretty pass right there from Bond.
And Sac City's going to call a timeout. 68-62 is the score here on the Solano College Sports Network. And Solano's got to find a way to get that offense going again.
Yeah, I think it's hard because they've lost the energy and momentum that they had early in this second half and late in the first half. And they just haven't found a way to get it back. They haven't had a field goal in what seems like forever. It's mainly just been free throws for their points. I think right now you got to drop a good play for your offense, and Solano's going to have the ball here coming out of this timeout.
And as for Sac City, these Panthers played inspired here these past, well, we'll say 8 minutes.
I would say so, yes.
And got to imagine the coaching talk is just going to be continue pushing the pace.
Yeah, pushing the pace and staying aggressive defensively. They've played aggressive to the point where they're not fouling, but also playing good defense in the half court. I think they got to continue to do a good job of that if they want to pull out of this building with a win and a huge comeback win.
Absolutely. 68-62, 5:43 left here to play in the second half. You can see Bynum Bay and McClendon walking onto the court. Solano's team, after regrouping, it's Dennis, Ignacio, and Rillo walking on.
And earlier we were just talking about Sac City. In order for them to come back into this game, they need to continue that dribble penetration and let their players go backdoor cuts for an easy deuce.
Yeah, at the beginning of this game, we talked about how dominant their three-point shooting has been over the first 2 games of the season. Solano's done a good job of limiting it heavily in this game.
Full court pressure once again here for the Panthers. Rillo down low to Morris. Morris dunks it, and he just hammered it down on Bynum Bay.
That's exactly what I was talking about with what Solano needs. They don't need these free throws. They need something to get their bench and their intensity going, and right there, Morris does a great job of it with the dunk.
Jubilee with the three-point attempt off the rim as the rebound attempt was hauled in by Encianis, and McClendon was fighting for it. And we're going to see who has ball. It's going to be headed in the way of the Falcons. We talk about Trevor Morris on Bynum Bay, just committed a crime down low.
Good play there by Rillo, breaking the press defense and finding his big inside of that paint. And in the words of Mark Jackson, Trevor Morris says, "Mama, there goes that man."
You know, from my refereeing days, as the ref called redo, that's a home run signal if you're an umpire. Shot clock needed to be reset. 5:15 here to play, 70-62 is the score. Falcons lead. Bond may have gotten a hand on it, but ends up in Ignacio's hands. Encinitas sidestep for 3, no good. McClendon with the rebound, and it's gonna remain as in the Panthers' hands as we have a foul called. 5 exactly to play.
That could have been huge. If Jalen Encianis made that triple.
I don't know if I like that foul call.
In my opinion, he had all ball.
Rillo had his hands on the ball, and the ref turned behind, who didn't even see he didn't have an angle at a view of the ball. and he just called it a foul.
So you're saying it's not his call to make right there?
I don't think that's that ref's call to make right there. I think it should have been called a jump ball, stayed with Encinitas because the last jump ball went to Solano, and it should just be inbound for Sac City, excuse me.
McClendon at the line for 2. First free throw is up, and it rattles in and out. As Banks is getting ready to check into the ball game. Chance to make it a 7-point game here for McClendon. Second free throw, up and good. Banks is gonna check in. McClendon's gonna check out. And we're still gonna see that full court pressure as Sac City's trying to claw their way back into it. Rillo gets the inbound pass, trying to find an open lane. Jubu guarding him. Rillo makes it beyond half court. Rillo spin move on the wing now, down at the nail. Free throw jumper, no good for Morris. It's gonna be a rebound, no Solano Falcons near it. Bynum Bay behind the back, kicking it out to Jubu. Jubu driving into the paint. Jubu puts the layup up and it is good. 5-point game here, 4:30 left.
It's a huge bucket for Sac City. If you're Solano, you cannot turn it over right here, and if you miss, get back on defense and play physical.
Absolutely. Encinitas has it at the top, getting a screen from Morris. Morris rolling down to the paint, not gonna get it. Ignacio pump fakes a little bit, driving into the lane, has it go off of Bynum Bay. I think when Ignacio realized he had nowhere to go, he just threw it behind his back off Bynum Bay.
You only got 10 seconds here, though, if you're Solano, so you got to come up with something quick. If you've got a shot, you got to take it. No more using up the clock.
Absolutely, as Morris going into work, loses the handle real quick. Morris puts it up, no good. Puts it back up and in, though. Great follow-through by Morris, 72-65, 4 minutes to play. Bonds going to work, Rillo guarding him. Bonds gets it up to Bynum Bay. Bynum Bay, Bonds. 3-point shot attempt is up, and it is good.
You got to step up right there. If you're
4-point game, 72-68, 3:40 to go.
It's a huge shot from Bonds.
Ignacio bringing the ball up the court. He is fouled by Gonzalez.
That was a good decision there by Bonds to shoot that 3, as he knows that the defender's hands are low. If your defender's hands are low and you're at the 3-point line, you got to knock that down.
Looks like Ray's going to stick with this small ball lineup.
Ignacio, free throw is up and it is good. Got the bounce.
These are some huge free throws for Ignacio and for Solano.
5-point lead now. 73-68, 3:35 here to go. Chance to make it 6, Ignacio does. Bonds pushing the pace now, has no one down in the lane. Good defense from Rillo to push it out of bounds, though. It's gonna stay down on the Panthers' end of the floor.
Yeah, that was very close to being an easy lane for Bonds, as Rillo had no one in the paint to help him, and he was getting behind Bonds.
Inbound play coming, nowhere to go with it. Tries to get it into Gonzalez. We're gonna have out of bounds staying with the Panthers.
And going back to that play earlier by Bonds, if you're Solano, you cannot allow an early offense going on here, especially that the lead has been cut down within 6.
2-possession game here on the Solano College Sports Network. Inbound to Bonds. Bonds has Rillo on him once again. Bonds driving baseline, kicks it to Banks. Banks puts the floater up, no good. Back rim, fighting for the rebound. Bynum Bay and Banks are tangled up with each other. And Banks still fighting for it, and we're gonna have a jump ball.
That's gonna stay with
It's gonna stay with Sac City. 17 left on the shot clock. And Holden Beers, I have no idea how you're sitting down right now. Calm, cool, and collected down here in the booth.
They still got a decent amount of time on the shot clock.
Bonds puts a 3 up, and it is good! 3-point game here on the Solano College Sports Network. 3:10 to play.
Bonds has come alive here at the second half. That's his second.
Enciana's trying to direct traffic, calling out the play. Encinitas gives it up to Ignacio. Ignacio to Rillo. Rillo to Dennis in the corner. Down to Morris. Rillo. Back to Morris at the free throw line. Morris jab fakes. Has it stolen away. Bonds pushing it towards the other end. Bonds gonna take the three. No good. Rebound Morris. And it's gonna head towards Solano's direction.
I think they're going to call a foul, so Morris is going to get free throws here, I believe. That was a huge three that Bonds took right there. That could have tied the game. He had an open shot. He's hit his last 2 threes, almost hit that one. And Bonds and Bynum Bay, 2 of the leading scorers on this Sac State team coming into this game, are really showing why they're the force on offense that they are. Coming up huge here in these last few minutes.
Morris checking his lip if he's bleeding. We do have the foul committed by Gonzalez. He's going to check out, and we're going to have Irving Romero check back in. Two free throw attempts coming up for Morris. This is huge. Morris, first free throw attempt is up. No good, back iron. Chance to make it a 2-possession game, though, if you're Morris.
Still no changes to the lineup, keep in mind, for Diego Reyes and his team. Keeping that small ball lineup in.
Carter Miles looks eager to get back. He has not sat down. Diego Reyes now standing up here on the sideline as we have both coaches actually standing. Bonds pushing the floor. Bonds driving into the lane, puts the layup up, no good. Rebound Banks is going to be fouled, count it, and we're going to have a travel called before. 75-71, 2:25 here to go on the Solano College Sports Network.
Wow, that is a crucial call for both teams. That could have turned into an and one for Sac State, possibly cutting it to a 1-point deficit. Instead, stays a 4-point lead for Solano, and they're going to get possession.
Absolutely. Just an amazing ball game we're witnessing right now, having the luxury to call it. Rillo taking the inbound, gives it up to Encinias, puts the floater up, no good. Rebound goes to Bynum Bay. Bynum Bay giving it up to Irving Romero, but he's fouled and he's going to have free throw attempts coming up. Chance to make it a 1-possession game.
Yeah, I think Solano's just trying too hard right there to fight for the offensive rebound. You got to just, once you know you don't have the ball, get back on defense and don't foul. Because both teams are in the double bonus right now. They're going to get free throws no matter what it is. And now Bynum Bay, one of the best shooters on this team, going to the line for 2.
2:15 to play, 75-71 is the score here on the Solano College Sports Network.
And Bynum Bay has been aggressive in getting boards here in the second half, as earlier he only played 6 minutes in the first half without a rebound.
First free throw attempt is up and good. Bynum Bay, second attempt, up and good. We have a 2-point game here on the Solano College Sports Network. Panthers using what's working, full court pressure. Rillo trying to direct traffic, scary pass. Dennis to Ignacio on the right wing for 3, got it! Nico Ignacio showing up when it matters.
Even though he was struggling the first half offensively, that's a huge 3 from Ignacio.
Bonds for 3 is fouled, though. That's a bad foul if you're Encinias. Can't close out that hard.
I mean, it's been like this all game. Solano has a positive, impactful play on offense. On the defensive end, they play negatively. They allow a bucket to happen, or they foul and get Sac State to the line. And right there, a huge foul on a 3-point shot.
Looking up at Dennis Riley, could read the words on his mouth. Operating the main camera, he said, "What is going on?" 3 free throws coming up for Bonds. First one is up and no good.
Bonds also one of the best free throw shooters on this, or best shooters on this team. Doesn't hit that first free throw, but he's still got 2 more, trying to cut the deficit to 3.
Bonds, second attempt, up and good. Nothing but net on that one.
Nico Ignacio has been quiet all game, but after that triple, he said, "Hey, don't forget about me. I can knock down this triple."
Absolutely, wide open on that right side wing. Might as well let it fly, young man. Third free throw is up and good. 3-point game. Minute 54 here to go. Inbound to Rillo. Bonds guarding him heavily. Encinias calling a timeout. Diego Reyes taking a full timeout here.
Interesting timeout. They get it past half court and then they call a timeout, trying to inbound it.
Absolutely, but Holden, strategy here to push it to a 2-possession game.
I think you got to go back to what was working for you. Unless you stay with the same lineup, I think you sub a bigger lineup in and you get to the post, you get into the paint, late into the shot clock, use that clock up a little bit and try and get an advantageous shot in the post and maybe get a foul called, get to the free throw line. It's what they've been doing a good job of here in this last 10 minutes or so when they haven't really been able to hit many of their shots. Have had a couple threes, most recently from Ignacio, but I think you can't rely on that if you're the Falcons. Can't rely on the three-point shot, get to the paint, and use up that clock on this possession.
And Josh, what would you like to see defensively here from the Panthers?
Drop it off to your big man. You have Trevor Morris at the 5 position. Drop it him off. He's got a lot of times of drawing fouls in today's game, so drop it off to him.
Absolutely. Utilize that big man when you have him. And we're going to see no lineup changes here for the Falcons and no lineup changes here for the Panthers.
I think Diego Reyes just wants to avoid the turnovers and get his ball handlers in the game. Just turning the ball over, you know that your transition defense isn't a positive aspect of your team's game. So
Juwu, Bynum Bay, Bonds, and Banks, and Irving Romero into the game. Rillo, Morris, Ignacio, Dennis, and Encinias in the game. And Nico Ignacio, flashy layup, pushes the lead to 5.
Up and under there by Nico Ignacio.
Banks down on the other end, though, misses the layup, and Nico Ignacio, he's playing with some effort here in this final 2 minutes. Free throw attempts coming for Ignacio.
Yeah, we didn't really see anything from Ignacio in the first half offensively, but we've seen his defensive effort and his rebounding all game. It's been there, and his intensity has been there, but in these last 2 minutes, his offensive play has come alive with the 3 and then the layup, and now he's back to the free throw line once again.
It's been all Nico Ignacio this past 30 seconds for the Falcons. First free throw attempt is up, and it's good.
He's showing why he's one of the key returning players for the Solano team in his sophomore campaign.
Clearing out was Morris. Ignacio's second free throw attempt is good. We have a 6-point game. Or 7, excuse me. Bond's going to work here on the right side. Slips on a wet spot. Nico Ignacio with the steal. Pushing it up to the floor is Morris. And he is intentionally fouled by McClendon.
And that was just a smart foul there in order to stop the run.
Well, free throw attempts coming up for Morris.
It could be called a clear pass. Yeah, I think. Yeah, they're calling it a clear path foul.
And that is not what you like to see if you're Sac City here late in this stages.
What seemed like a good foul now turns into a horrible foul.
Trevor Morris got a couple of free throw attempts coming up. The attempt is up, and it's good. Second attempt coming. No one in his way. It's just practice, young man.
And now I think Solano gets possession after this free throw, so they can take a lot of time off this clock. A minute 17 to go, 28 on the shot clock.
Second free throw is up and good. Score is now 84-75. Solano has pushed it to 9. This is huge if you're the Falcons right now.
Cannot turn the ball over here, especially on the inbound. Get a safe pass in.
Give it to Morris. Morris going to work on McClendon. Morris puts it up and in. We have a double-digit ball game.
And that might just about do it. You need a quick bucket here if you're Sac City.
Bynum Bay going to work. Bynum Bay puts the shot attempt up, and it is no good. 2 free throws coming.
Using his offhand there to finish. Great play there by Trevor Morris earlier.
Bynum Bay At the line with a minute to go here on the Solano College Sports Network. Intensity is high right now. First free throw attempt is no good. Looked like he wanted to punch the ball, but had to refrain from doing so. Second free throw attempt coming for Bynum Bay. Misses both. And it's going to be out of bounds on Nico Ignacio. Still some life here for the Panthers. Quick inbound, Bonds puts it up and in. We're going to have a timeout, Panthers.
Yeah, they're going to go over this. Solano's got to drop a good inbound play right here and get the ball past half court.
9-point game, 57.6 on that clock.
And you really want to focus on not turning the ball over on this inbound, giving Sac City an advantageous play on the offensive end if they end up forcing the turnover.
Yeah, advantageous is the correct word to use right there, Holden.
Plus, for Solano, time is on your side, so you got to take advantage of that.
Yeah, there's 57 seconds. You got a 30-second shot clock. If you can use up most of that clock and keep it a 9-point lead at least with using that entire shot clock, it's almost impossible for
Well, and if
Sac
you're
City
the
to come
Panthers
back.
here, you got to be going for a steal.
Oh, yeah.
No other way of coming back in this game unless...
I think you got to pay attention to who's getting the ball, who has the ball on this next possession for Solano. Maybe you want to foul them if they're not that good of a free throw shooter. Try and force them to miss some free throws, get the rebound, get back on offense, and score quickly while keeping some time on the clock.
That same lineup for Eiler's squad. Panthers trying to make some magic happen. Solano trying to pull off their first victory of the season. 86-77 is the score. Dennis getting the inbound and is getting trapped, gives it up to Ignacio. Ignacio up to Rillo. Rillo trying to avoid all the defenders. Back to Ignacio. McClendon lets him blow by. Morris putting it up. No good. Gets it swatted away. Jubu gives it up to Irving Romero. Irving Romero loses the handle of the ball, gets it back. Jubu driving to the paint, puts it up and in. 86-79, 30 seconds here to play. And the trap is on for the Panthers, and they have a foul.
You have to foul if you're Sac City now. You've got as much time on the shot clock basically as there is on the game clock. And you're down by 7. You got to start fouling and hope that they can miss some free throws. Dennis hasn't been great from the free throw line tonight, though, so it's certainly going to be an important couple shots from the line from Dominic Dennis.
Yeah, indeed. Dennis, 9 of 11 last game, free throw attempts. He's missed more than that here tonight.
He has to make these both to close it out.
Dennis trying to put the finishing touches. First free throw is up and good. And the Falcons are just cleared out. They don't care. They're just trying to waste time, not commit a foul. Second free throw. No good. Bynum Bay trying to push the pace. Bynum Bay puts up a 3. Off the rim. Almost thought that one was going in. Morris has it, and he's going to get fouled and head to the line.
Yeah, I think that's just about to do it. Bynum Bay hits that shot, though. Sac State certainly still has a chance in this game, but now 17 seconds, you're down by 8. I mean, it's almost impossible to come back.
As you can see, we're following Morris right now, getting ready to actually put the ceiling touches on it. Got to imagine Sac City's probably going to hoist one up here with 17.3 to play after they get the ball back, but this thing's looking more than over. First free throw up and good. 88-79, trying to push the lead to double digits once again here for Solano is Morris. Inbound to Bynum Bay. Bynum Bay, sidestep three, no good. Rebound, Encinias. Encinias is just going to dribble this one out, and Dennis not going to put up a layup. Sportsmanship right there, and that's going to conclude it here on the Solano College Sports Network. Final score, 89 Falcons, 79 Panthers. Holden, what did you like here from Solano?
I really liked their intensity, not just on the offensive end, but on the defensive end. They were allowing 106 points per game to their opponent in their first 2 games of the season. Tonight they allowed Sac City, who averages 90 points per game, to just 79, and they limited the 3-point shots. They got back in transition, and they played with great intensity to get their first win of the season, and the first win for Diego Reyes under his head coaching belt.
Yeah, congratulations to Diego Reyes on your first head coaching win. It's quite an accomplishment right there. And Josh, what did you see from the Panthers that lost them this game here tonight?
It was actually a great game for them to show up, especially in the second half, cutting that 20-point lead into a 2-point lead, making it a 1-possession game. But Solano, on the other hand, was just too aggressive, and I love their hustle from earlier that we saw from Nico Ignacio, Carter Miles, and Trevor Morris. They got the job done. And as for Sac City, they put on a show.
Yeah, it was a tough one here for the Panthers, but the Falcons prevail and get their first win. And like we said, Diego Reyes' first head coaching win. That's going to do it for us here on the Solano College Sports Network. I would like to thank Holden Beers, Josh Mahika, and Dukes for joining me on color commentary. I'm Robert Murray saying good night here from the Falcon Nest.